Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 67 in my Automate Everything Minecraft series. In today's episode, I plan on making a TNT factory. Now, this shouldn't actually take very long, but the reason I want to make a TNT factory is that I would really like to automate spawning and killing the Ender Dragon, and currently I have a really good system of getting that started. I have a system that will spawn the Ender Dragon and then another system that will take out all of the end crystals. And let's go ahead and demonstrate that right now. Let's make sure everything works. I have moved a few things. Now, if you watched last episode, you'll notice the giant end stone floor that I made is gone because that was a really dumb idea. And it works out a lot better if I make these little individual islands. And these individual islands contain an auto placer with a redstone receiver to receive a signal to trigger the auto placers. There is a block of redstone right here painted as the blocks around it, as in the aethium or whatever, however you pronounce that, and inner chests that feed all of these auto placers TNT. So, like I said, I took away the end floor up here and have 10 little islands. They are 5 by 5. And this system tends to work a whole lot better than the system before. Let's go ahead and test this system out real fast. Make sure everything still works. I moved the controls for everything down here below the portal. It was up on the island before, but it's the same setup. It's got 2 toggles over here. The timer from the redstone, or the redstone pulse from the timer, will reset the toggle switches, and these 2 transmitters, they trigger the auto placers up there to drop the TNT down. So let's actually see this in action. To this button. Hopefully everything goes correctly. So far, so good. Now, I'm about 99% certain that the actual spawn timer of the Ender Dragon is exactly 600 ticks, because it seems to be right as the Ender Dragon spawns, my TNT will drop, and that's what I have the first timer set as. The first round of TNT will drop at 600 seconds, and right about in a couple of seconds here, you'll see the Ender Dragon and TNT start dropping. Perfect. And that should be... And then the 2 additional TNT blocks. Okay. And if you haven't played with Draconic Evolution bows with full upgrades, the Draconic bow is insanely damaging, and you can fire insanely fast, as you just saw me do with mine. So that's cool. Took care of that. Let's get that dragon heart and then head back to my base, and then we can set up the TNT factory. Now, like I said, this factory will actually be rather easy to set up, but it's something I really need, because if I am going to auto kill the Ender Dragon, the best thing I can think of is TNT. The Ender Dragon is actually immune to quite a bit of stuff. He does not take damage very easily. There are no mod items that I can think of that damage him, and I've tried several things. I actually think the auto crossbow from Thumbcraft will damage him, but it's really crappy. It doesn't fire very fast, and when I set one up to just see if I could do any damage with it, it just didn't work out really well. And let's see if I have them. The auto crossbows, they can be cool. They have health and armor and everything, and you need to load them up with arrows, but they're just not as efficient as they really need to be to even withstand fighting the Ender Dragon, because like I said, they can be hit by the Ender Dragon and they will eventually be killed. Anyways, to setting up this TNT factory, because TNT or explosive or explosions are about the only way I can automatically damage the Ender Dragon. And so let's see how we make TNT. First off, I guess that's the first step. It's just basically sand and gunpowder. Sand is pretty easy to manufacture. It is... You can pulverize cobblestone. You can pulverize stone and get it as a secondary output. There's a lot of different ways to make sand. The easiest way, in my opinion, is the Material Stonework Factory. And I've worked with this block before. It's been well back in the series, but I used this at the beginning of the series to make some stuff. So that's what I'm going to use here to make the sand. And then the gunpowder is a little bit trickier, but I have a pretty good way to make that. The best way for me to make that is this crafting recipe right here of sulfur, and that's because I have lots of sulfur. I have 6.6 million. I'm not using it for anything currently, so yeah, it's a good use for sulfur. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have hookup to my applied energistic system down here. I don't think I have very many channels to play with. I want to say like maybe 2. So I'm going to try to work within those bounds, and let's get started. So first off, I need a material stonework factory to actually make the sand. And to power all of this, I'm going to use RTGs from the mod NuclearCraft. If you're not familiar with that mod, I highly suggest you get familiar with it. It's a really cool mod. But anyways, RTGs are just blocks that produce RF continuously. They are quite expensive, but once you get the californium or americium or plutonium or uranium that you need to make the blocks, they're really nice blocks to have, especially when you just need a little power in an isolated location. But anyways, let's also grab some energy cells. I don't know that this will be strictly needed, but I'm going to go ahead and grab those anyways. So my hookups to my applied energistic system are down there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, I think, this stuff built behind the wall here. And then let's do right here and right here. I'm going to have 2 places where I can see the TNT. So how I'm going to store the TNT is actually I'm going to store it in modular storage units. So let's grab 2 of those and then 2 of the tier 1 upgrades. I'm going to attach it to my applied energistic system with storage buses, or a storage bus rather. And then in addition, I need to send some TNT to an ender chest, which is white, blue, white, which is how I'm getting the TNT into the auto placers in the end. So I need it to go there. And for that, I can use some item conduit here. Let's grab some of that. So I know I'm a little bit harebrained right now. I'm kind of at different points in the build, or kind of jumping all over the place. But the first thing is to make the sand here. I need to have this set to grind mode. And let's see if I can't get some speed upgrades to speed this process up. And now I forget what the speed upgrades are called. Let me type in foregoing, because there are some speed upgrades and I forget where they would be. You know what? I have these machines built elsewhere. Let's see if I can't just go to my old base and check out what upgrades I have in those, because I haven't used these in a while and I clearly can't remember what the upgrades are. So this is my old base. I haven't really been here for a long time. Anyways. Okay, so I don't have any upgrades in them. I thought I did. Whoops. And I don't want to leave a hole in the floor, so let's grab some stone. And you know what? I'll probably need some stone later, so let's just do that. Just grab a whole stack. Okay, anyways. Yeah, right here. So I had the material stonework factory down. Let's go ahead and place an RTG right below it. This will power it. Actually, let's place the RTG right here with an energy cell right here with an input to the right and an output to the top. This should get power it needs. Okay, so cool. We're getting sand over there, and then I will need to set up an item conduit here. I will need a filter, so let's grab a filter. And let's pop this in on the extract. We need it to be sand. I believe, yes, with the Ender IO filters, you don't actually have to have the item with you. So we can turn this to be always on. And this will actually go to a crafter. Let's grab a crafter. I'm actually going to use two different apparatuses to automatically craft items. The first one is going to be a crafter. So let's go ahead and put a crafter right here. This will accept, and I don't even need to have the out or the extract. I don't need to mess with that. So we should start seeing some sand flow into there. Just like the material stonework factory, I need to get this thing power. So let's put an RTG back here. Let's put an energy cell right here. And this can be, in the back will be an input, and on the top will be an output. This should start to get some power. Let's fill all of these spaces with sand and then hit the remember button. So that way only sand can go into these slots right here. And then let's work on the gunpowder now, because that's the next thing we need. We need to also get gunpowder into here, and I did not mean to break that. That was dumb. Okay, cool. It doesn't change the settings at all. It keeps everything cool. So anyways, I have connections to my applied energistic system down there. I will need those. So let's grab some blue covered cable here. And just go up. And I actually probably went up. I don't think I did go up too far. I need another crafting apparatus, and what I have cooked up is a sequential fabricator. It does the exact same thing as the crafter right here, but it is from the mod thermal expansion, and it will actually give me a little more functionality right here. I will be able to auto output, as I will show in a second. Just get another energy cell here. You know what, we can use the reinforced energy cell here. I don't need anything special. And then input on the right, output in the front here. The sequential fabricator, what I can do, actually, first I need an export bus, that's my bad. I need to grab an export bus, and I need to get some acceleration cards with that, and I also need a sulfur, because that is what I'm exporting here. Need this to export up, and sulfur with the acceleration cards just to speed things up a little bit. The sequential fabricator will go right here. I need to input in the bottom and output to the left. The pattern will be a 4x4 of sulfur, and we can go ahead and hit the set recipe. It should start making gunpowder. That's cool. Then we need to go over here. We need to hit the remember again. That way all these slots will only ever be filled with gunpowder. And then we can go ahead and set our recipe. And I may have got this backwards. It looks like I did. So there's 5 gunpowder here, and there should be 4 sand. Okay, that is the correct recipe. I'm going to hit apply, and it should start making TNT. That's fantastic. So this TNT needs to go a few places. First off, I'm going to have 2 modular storage units right here and here. Each one needs a tier 1 upgrade. And then let's grab some more item conduits. And you know what? How shall I set this up? Any way I do this is going to be kind of inefficient, because how I have 2 modular storage units. But whatever. Also, this modular storage unit, I want to hook up a storage bus too. So let me do that real fast. We'll just put a covered cable down there, and then a storage bus right there. I want it to only hold TNT. So let's say only do TNT, and then we're going to set this to a super negative priority so it doesn't try to store other things in here. Because if this has a positive priority, it will eventually start storing other items in here. I do not want that. So that's how we'll do that. Okay, so eventually that storage bus should hook up to the applied energistic system. Now we just need to worry about getting items or the TNT out of here and into these other inventories. And I think I'm going to do something like this, but I need to disconnect that right there. And right here, I actually want my inner chest. Now, this inner chest does already have some TNT in it. So how I'm going to set this up is, I don't even need this inventory right here. Oh well, I'm going to use it anyways. So first off, I want the items to go here if they can. So I'm going to set this to a priority 3. On the input, I'm going to set this one as priority 2 because once this is full, I want them to go here. And then once that's full, I want them to go here. So this will be priority 1. So 3, 2, and then they'll go here. So let's set this up to be always output. The TNT should go here. It looks like it is going where it's supposed to. That's cool. Actually, I think I'm going to change this up slightly. I'm going to have this be output to green. This will be input to green, but this can be extract on brown to be, you know what, I'm doing this reverse. I want this one to be insert first and then this to be extract on brown. We can do this insert on brown with a priority of 3 and then this to be insert on brown with a priority of 2. So basically it should be doing the same thing as it was doing before if I have this always on. So the last inventory to be filled with TNT should be this one. The first one should be this one right here, and then the last one should be this one. Okay, so I think everything's all set up. Let's see if, actually, let's go ahead and pull out all of the TNT out of my inventory. Let's throw it in here. Actually, no. I don't want to put it here. I want to put it here. I want to test my system. So this TNT should slowly leak out into the ender chest, and all of it should go into the ender chest because I do not have enough to fill it. But anyways, I think that is a completed build for today. It's nothing fancy, but it's something I need because I'm going to need, like I said, a lot of TNT, I think, to automatically kill the ender dragon. At least the system that I have in my mind is going to use a lot of TNT. So this is what I have prepared. Gonna have a lot of TNT pretty soon. In today's episode, I made this nifty little TNT factory. Now, this should be pretty valuable to me in the near future as I plan on automatically, or building a system that will automatically kill the ender dragon, and central to that will be TNT. I will probably need lots of TNT to kill a single ender dragon, so it's nice to have a nice automated supply of TNT at the ready. And that's what this provides right here. So anyways, if you liked today's episode, definitely give it a like, and if you like watching automation in modded Minecraft, consider subscribing to my channel because that's kind of what I do. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.